Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to make my grandma's homemade hot fudge. My mom has been making this for us, oh my gosh, ever since I was a child. My grandmother, she's been making it as well. It's kind of a tried and true family recipe. It never fails, and we love it. To start out, I just have a small saucepan. And I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar, white sugar. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder. And before I even turn my heat on, I'm going to whisk it all together so it's really, really well mixed. It'll help that cornstarch mix together so we don't get clumps. You could do it in a bowl, but I find why dirty more dishes if you don't have to. Alright. When you're happy with that and how it's mixed, go ahead and add 1 cup of hot water. Ooh. And mix that in as best you can. Alright, I'm going to turn my heat on to a medium-high. And we're going to watch this, babysit it, don't go too far, and keep stirring. You don't want that cornstarch in there to burn. You'll get lumps. Nobody likes lumps. Just like a gravy. Alright, I'm going to let this hang out. And when it comes to a boil, it'll start getting thick, and I will bring you back at that point. Okay guys, we're back. You can see it's already starting to thicken. It's quite thick actually. I'm going to reduce the heat to low, if not off. Alright, it's already starting to bubble. I'm going to add, take it off the heat there, I don't want it to burst. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Stir that in well. Alright, here's the kicker, guys. You know how we don't mess with Grandma, and whatever Grandma says goes? Grandma says to add a whole stick of butter at this point. Definitely not something to add if you're watching those calories. I'm going to stick it in there. I'm just going to kind of give it a good cover as best I can. It wants to slide off there. But I'm going to remove the heat completely. I'm going to let that butter melt. And then once it's done melting, I'm going to stir it in. And it will be ready to go. Shouldn't take too awful long. Alright, I'm going to bring you back when my butter is completely melted. Alright, we're back. My butter is pretty much done melting, and I'm just going to stir it in at this point. Make sure it's really well stirred. It smells so good. This is my childhood. My husband will be so happy tonight. We're going to have ice cream sundaes. My mom usually, well, when we were kids, my mom would make cream puffs and she would drizzle this sauce on top. Grandma's old-fashioned hot fudge sauce. In fact, I always end up losing this recipe for some reason. I should have it memorized. I memorized all of the ingredients. I just don't have all of the ingredients memorized as far as like how much of each thing to put into there. And it was kind of funny. I called my mom for the measurements, and they are in the process of possibly moving, and she had packed up her cookbook that she writes in, like has all of the family stuff and the tried and true recipes. And she said, well, I don't have it. She said, it's in a box somewhere. And I said, oh no, I want to share this on my channel. It's so good that everyone needs to have this recipe in their recipe arsenal. And so we had to call Grandma. And thank the Lord, my grandmother is 92. She's still with us. And she's still doing great. And she had it. Never fear, Grandma always has your back. All right, this is looking good. My butter is pretty much incorporated into my sauce. It is thick. It is not the runny sauce that you get at the supermarket. This stuff is a spoonful. I'm gonna let this cool for probably 5 to 7 minutes. It is crazy hot right now, and if you wanted to put it over ice cream, it would do nothing but melt. And if you got little kids, you know, you don't want them to hurt themselves on a treat. So let it cool about 5-7 minutes, and then it'll be perfect. It'll still be warm, so you'll get that gooey meltiness, but it won't be so hot that you hurt anybody. No one wants that. All right, guys, that is how I make my grandmother's old-fashioned hot fudge sauce, and it's a favorite around here. I hope you give it a try. I know you'll like it. If you like chocolate, you will like this, I promise. If you like today's video, please consider giving me a thumbs up. And if you like what I do here, I'd love to have you here on the channel. And so you don't miss out on any future videos, please hit that subscribe button. All right, guys, that is it. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.